All right, we're going to review the Marvel Rivals version 2025-01-10 balance post. Season 1 begins. So as Season 0 draws close, so this is going to go over all the rebalancing they're going to do for Season 1. So as Season 0 draws to a close, our analysis of battle data has revealed significant shifts in team compositions within regular matches, showcasing a vibrant diversity of lineups. However, still, skill levels increase, people figure out stuff, blah, 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 blah. And for example, a potent combination of featuring Psylocke and Star-Lord. Boom. Star-Lord #1. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all you need to know. Yada, yada, yada. All these team ups. Yeah. We're going to make adjustments. All right. So here comes the adjustments. Vanguards. Captain America. Steve will receive some enhanced survivability, allowing more frequent entering and exit of the combat. Yeah, because that's necessary. Reduce the delay time for shield restoration after releasing Living Legend from 3 to 2 seconds. Okay. Reduce Liberty Rush cooldown from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Increases health. Reduce the energy cost for releasing Freedom Charge ultimate ability from 3,400 to 3,100. Reduce the additional health provided per second to self after releasing it from 110 to 100. All right, that is like a bunch of adjustments for Captain America, so that should be interesting. I've seen him played a lot. Seems like he's pretty good as he was, so we'll see. I think this game is a skill-based game, and you should learn how to play around the skills. Just develop your skills around the characters. But we'll see. We'll be reducing the threat range and increasing the defense window of the Sorcerer Supreme. Add damage fall off to the Maelstrom of Madness and Gamma Maelstrom, starting at 5 meters and reducing to 70% at 8 meters. That's good for everybody else, but not for Doctor Strange, obviously. Slightly decrease the shield value recovery rate after releasing Shield of the Saphirim from 80 per second to 70 per second. Okay, so it takes longer to build up the shields. All right. It's not a huge adjustment. I think Doctor Strange is pretty solid. He's one of the better tanks, I feel like, especially if you're going to solo tank. It's probably pretty good. Seems to be the most versatile. Thor, the god of thunder, could use some slightly increased survivability and improve the success rate to his ultimate ability. Increase base health from 500 to 525. Added immunity to control effects during God of Thunder ultimate. Okay, not much change with Thor. He's pretty strong. He's a good combo with like Hulk and other dive tanks like Venom and stuff. Dr. Banner has been dominant, but some decreased sustained combat capability upon entering the battlefield to bring him more in line with other Vanguards. Reduce the indestructible guard gamma shield value from Hero Hulk from 250 to 200. Okay, so not a huge change for Hulk. Venom, with increased survivability and the threat of his ultimate ability, the symbiote Menace will strike fear into the backlines of all enemy teams. He's annoying as all get out to healers. He's like a big giant Spider-Man that's just super annoying. Increase the symbiotic resilience bonus health ratio gained per lost health point from 1 to 1.2. Increase the base damage of Feast of the Abyss, his ultimate, from 40 to 50. All right, so he's stronger. Great. I'm gonna give my full opinion here at the end here. So the duelists, we got Black Panther. We're slightly decreasing T'Challa's combat survivability. I don't know how to pronounce all these things, so I apologize. Reduce the additional health provided to self after refreshing vibranium marks with Spirit Rend from 40 to 30, and the upper limit to additional health provided from 120 to 75. Interesting. I don't see a lot of Black Panthers, but I'm not very high up, so there could be that. All right, Black Widow. That's what I was talking about. Black Widow. Black Widow, I think, is going to be huge with the two new characters that can pull people away from crowds. She does so much damage with her one shot that I think if you could pull somebody out of a crowd and isolate them, and you got a Black Widow sitting in a corner somewhere, and even if you just have a duo team up where you go like, hey, I'm Invisible Woman, my friend's Invisible Woman, I'm Black Widow, I'm sitting in the back. My buddy goes, hey, I'm going to pull out Neymar over to this left. Boom, you pull him a few meters away from the crowd. Pop goes the weasel, baby. And I think you can do that. It's going to be rough. I think that's a good thing. So increase the range of the first effect of Edge Dancer from 3 meters to 5 meter radius. Reduce the time required for Fleet Foot to recover from 0 stamina to full from 12 seconds to 4 seconds. That's a huge change. She's going to be running all over the place. Reduce the time required for electroplasma explosion, ultimately to reach maximum power from 1 second to 0.6 seconds. I don't know if that was actually necessary for her, that part, but that's fine. She does so much damage. I'm telling you, Black Widow. I'm calling it right now. Black Widow becomes part of the situation. Hawkeye will be decreasing the medium long range damage capability, reducing the threatening combat radius, and slightly improving the close combat resistance from the avenging archer. Slightly reduce the spread angle between every 2 blast arrows. Reduce the triggering. They don't even give information here. Slightly reduce the spread angle. What is it? To what? From what to what? Reduce the triggering distance of passive ability. Archer's focus from 60 meters to 40 meters. Reduce the maximum additional damage of the passive from 80 to 70. He's still going to be solid. Still going to get banned. The Goddess of Death has been a menace and will slightly decrease your combat strike. Reduce base health from 275 to 250. All right, that's exactly... I'm 100% in agreement with this. This is the kind of thing you need to do. She's totally fine. Just adjust her health a little bit. Perfect. Perfect. This is how you should handle balancing. Magic. The Queen of Limbo needed an increase to her threat after unleashing her ability, ultimate ability. Increased umbral incursion damage in Dark Child from 115 to 135. I don't know that she needed a buff, but okie dokie. Moon Knight, the hand of whatever that, however you say that, will receive a slight increase to the threat of his ultimate ability. Increase the number of talents generated by the hand of blah, 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 his ultimate from 10 to 14. Increase the explosion radius of each talent from 4 to 5 meters. All right. Yeah, his ultimate ability, I would agree, needed a change. I don't know if that's the right change, but I agree with a change there. His ultimate was pretty trash. We're optimizing the throwing feel of Neymar's eggs. Adjusting the throwing feel of monstrous spawn and frozen spawn. Now Neymar can more accurately throw them to the desired location. I agree with that 100% too. Make it so it's skill-based, right? And not random. Like, if somebody's good at doing what they're doing, make it so you know where you're throwing things. I like it. Psylocke will be providing more options for other heroes to counter the Demon Slayer's ultimate. Now Dance of the Butterfly will check for barriers, including Magneto's metal bulwark, Hulk's indestructible guard. Interesting. Punisher, we're slightly increasing the damage capability of Frank's weapons. Why? Slightly reduce the spread of deliverance and adjunctication. What the hell is wrong with my face? Wait, we're increasing the damage. Is it just reducing the spread and increasing the damage? Confused. I don't know what that means. Scarlet Witch, we're increasing Wanda's combat strength when she's facing duelists or strategists. Increasing chaos controls fixed damage from... Oh, why? Reduce the percentage damage per second from 5% to 3%. Increase burst projectile damage from 30 to 35. She didn't need a buff. She was fine. Like, here's how Scarlet Witch should have been handled. Hey, you know what? We need to increase her movement speed by like 0.1. Scarlet Witch balanced. Just make her, or, you know, give her a slight movement buff. You don't need this. Storm. Overall increase to her damage capability. We're optimizing the feel of her left click, projectile, and release experience of her ultimate ability. That's always scary. Increase Windblade projectile speed from 100 meters per second, 150 meters per second. Left kick damage from 50 to 55. I agree with that. Increase Bolt Rush damage from 70 to 80. After releasing Omega Hurricane, the bonus health provided for herself will be increased from 350 to 450. Moreover, following its conclusion, the extra health will no longer vanish instantly, but will instead diminish at a rate of 100 per second. All right, I agree with most of this. I don't know about a 10 increase, maybe a 5 there would have been fine, but I like this. Like, I would have been happy with just this last one. Squirrel Girl, we're increasing... Jeez, they're making changes to everything. We're increasing the threat of the Doreen and her furry friends and her ultimate ability. In addition of the new effect to the unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami, squirrels will rush towards the nearest enemy after bouncing instead of bounce. Oh, great. I already get run over by the squirrels randomly, and now they're going to come at me. Reduce the Squirrel Tsunami health from 300. Oh, I love this. Yes. Now I can shoot it. I like it. It's only because I don't like Squirrel Girl. She seems to always get me. Winter Soldier will be adjusting Bucky by decreasing his long-range combat strength and increasing his survivability in medium close-range combat. Increased bonus health provided by Bionic Hook, and Tainted Voltage from 30 to 40. Increase projectile damage from 70 to 75. Reduce the area damage from 70 to 65. And reduce damage decay from 65% at 40 meters to 60%. Increase base health. You're increasing Bucky's health? Why? And Wolverine. Logan will receive an increase to basic combat strength, but a slight decrease to additional survivability after activating Undying Animal. Increase base health from 300 to 350. Okay. And reduce the damage reduction ratio provided by Undying Animal from 50% to 40%. Let's go on to the strategists. Cloak and Dagger. Receive an increase to their healing capability as well as an expansion to the coverage area of their ultimate ability. Reduce Dagger Storm cooldown from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. Increase the number of dashes in Eternal Bond. Ultimate ability from 3 to 4. Jeff! Dun 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 dun. We'll be adjusting the range for his ultimate ability so it now better fits with Warning Marker. In addition, we'll also be increasing his healing capability. The ultimate range from 10 meters sphere to a 10-meter radius with a 5-meter high cylindrical spell field. Okay, I like this. This is good. Now I can climb out of it. Increase the healing of Joyful Splash from 140 to 150. I'm okay with that, actually. While we've enjoyed her dropping the base, we've made adjustments to Luna's ultimate ability to prevent players from abusing its healing capabilities. Increase the interval for switching between healing and damage in Fate of both worlds from 0.1 second to 0.5 seconds. We'll be making Mantis a bit less fleet-footed, reducing her roaming support capability. Reduce Nature's Favor movement boost from 2.5 meters per second to 1 meter. Oh, whoa, that's a big adjustment. I wonder what that's going to feel like. Rocket the Raccoon. Rocket could use an enhancement to his healing capability. Increase the healing of repair mode from 60 to 70. Anyways, the moral of the story here, here's what I think how they should be doing balances. Let's take a page out of the We Shall Not Mention the Team, that is the other side, doing a game that they've been doing forever, constantly tweaking, changing this, changing that, changing this, changing that, changing it. All you're going to do is chase down something you cannot accomplish. What the Marvel Rivals team should be doing is here's all you need to do. Okay. What you do with Thor right here. Okay. Listen, hey, we realize Thor dies pretty quick if you're not really paying attention to him. We're going to give him a slight buff. He gets 25 more health. Boom. Done. Balance done. Right. Captain America, increased base health. Done. When you start messing with the abilities, okay, like this, even though I said I agreed with some of these, here's the problem with adjusting these abilities. All you're doing is you're on a pendulum, right? You're swinging this pendulum, okay? And you're in a futile effort. You're trying to bring the pendulum right down the middle where everybody's going to be happy to play whatever character they want to play so that you can have this infinite setup. What ends up happening, the more you attempt to balance, the more people play only certain characters. You start narrowing down the characters that are playable. And that's with you trying to make characters that are maybe being played less. By trying to make them more appealing, they still get played less. That's the moral of the story. You've already fixed the situation for elite players by having bannable characters. You fixed it. You don't need to balance anymore. That is the balance. If those teams are smart, you type in the chat, in the match chat, say, hey, here's the 4 characters I would like to ban so we can have some fun and make it competitive. And you go, boom, boom, boom. I want Hela, Hawkeye, whatever, Hulk, Iron Man, or whatever the people don't want to play against and don't want to deal with. They want to have some fun. Let's be honest. It's a freaking video game. We want to have fun. So you've already fixed it by having bannable characters. That automatically balances the game. My point is, if you do this kind of stuff, this game will turn into the other game we don't want to talk about. We know what it is. It's overly rated. We watch it all the time. You get it. They're constantly trying to tweak, and all you do is tweak it such that you don't keep playing the same. You keep not changing, and then what you have to do, because you've changed it so much, you have to add characters to screw it all up again so that people forget that you've balanced the heck out of it and probably switched it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth so many times And then eventually you have to create a whole new game so people hopefully forget that you made a horrible mess. Don't do that here. Let's not get crazy with all these numbers and all these things. Make small changes. And the other thing is, if you make smaller changes over time, it'll be better. If you're making Steve these giant changes like this, it's too much. It's too complex of a game to be changing all this stuff. I have some promise that most of these are minor changes, I will say. And our favorite, Wolverine, save the best for last. We increase his health because that was necessary. Anyways, I'm done with my rant.